What is personal branding photography? A personal brand is all about capturing the personality and heart behind your business. It's actually showing the process and how you do what you do behind the scene and in front of the camera is the best way to build trust with your own clients. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to actually have a photo library for 3-4 months and how to grow your Instagram followers authentically without even worrying what I'm going to post tomorrow on my Instagram feed or Instagram story. And I recommend you to keep watching until the end of this video because all the information I'll be talking about are connected together, and I recommend you to keep watching so this way you don't miss any points and you have to follow through all of them. So for now, let's go. So now you have a brand or you are your own brand. Let's say you, for example, one who's a yoga teacher, and another example for someone who sells candles. These two brands, they need the exact same thing to actually grow on Instagram, to reach more audience, and also to be more authentic and to show behind the scene and what they do. So for this, we're going to start with the first thing is the most important part, which is to tell a story. Their story, how did they start, what they are all about. And even though one of them is actually all about the candles, which is the product, but the other one is actually the person, yoga teacher, so she will have to show her face behind the scene, working out or doing what she's doing, whatever the situation is. Do more videos, do more pictures. Same thing applies to the candle brand. Why? Because while you're doing the candles, how are you doing them behind the scene? Who are you? People these days, they want to know how you do what you do, why you do what you do, and at the same time, they would love to just see how everything looks at your home or studio, or even it's just how you are applying your own things. So they really want to know everything about you as a person, because here's the thing, you have candles and someone else have the exact same candles. What makes a huge difference between these two companies is the way they market themselves, the way they talk about their brands, and how much they show behind the scene and how much they have pictures. And we're going to talk about pictures in a bit. But so telling a story is number one, and telling a story means and the how, the why, and the heart of your business. All right, so here's something about the how do you meet your own clients? Where do you meet them? How do you send them? How do you package your stuff? Or for example, what lifestyle your clients have. So you really need to, in your product or as a yoga teacher, you actually need to show the lifestyle that this person has. Now, okay, you already have your brand. There's a lot of things that's gonna come after telling your story. Now, okay, we figure out there's a story, you start telling your story. The next step is basically how you're going to tell your story. Where are you actually showing this photos and how it's going to be authentic and looks good together. So think of it this way. These days, everything is basically with images, videos. With the pandemic, if you're good at what you do online, then people will find you. And sometimes people will find you, they don't care about the photos. However, once you have one competitor out there and they have a better marketing for their brand, then you're kind of losing chance. You're not on their level. So the reason why here, what you need to think of is basically your images and how they look more authentic. The colors for color palette that you're using for your Instagram feed, the same thing you're going to follow every day when you're posting the colors. Let's say you decide on 4 colors that you're going to be consistent with, which for example, white, beige, maybe gold, and then blue. These 4 colors has to go through all your Instagram feeds, and anything you're going to post, you're going to ask yourself, does this belong to the theme? Details will matter later on because this is the vision that you're going to tell your clients about. This is the lifestyle that people will envision when they look at your photos. It's like, oh, this looks like exactly like my home, or this is how I want my home to look like, so I'll buy this. This is how I want to be a healthy person, so that's what I'll be eating, or that's the yoga studio that I want to go to because this is the environment and this is the people that hang out there. So everything is related to telling the story, but again, when you're telling the story, it has to be with a specific colors, specific pictures. So now we have the story. Now you decided on the colors that's going to your Instagram story and how it's going to look. So we have two things: story and color. Third thing that you need, mood board. A mood board helps you a lot with envisioning how your brand, yes, you have the product, yes, you already have the studio, but you still don't know how this is going to look like maybe you want to change your studio look, or like you're painting your home, or you are a photographer just like me. Then I need to have a nice environment around me. That's the reason why I needed to make sure that everything is kind of white and neutral. So whatever I have to shoot in my home, it's more I can play with the colors. I don't need anything to cast a tint on my product that I'm shooting of as a portrait. I don't need any red wall color casting on my client's face. So I needed to make sure that everything looks bright and airy and figure out the energy in my apartment. Same thing applies to the product. The product, you need to understand that there is a vision for the product, the color of the box that you're going to use, the inside the box, the thank you card that you're going to use, and also the colors that you have for these candles. Are they all like different colors? Are they pastel colors? Same thing goes for the food. If you have food, then same thing. You need to understand that the food or everything you cook on your Instagram story is actually balanced. And even though you can share on your story different things behind the scene, it's not that important. However, on your feed, it really needs to be more authentic and more blend together. Reasons why: because that's where the mood board comes in. Because when you have a mood board, and when I say mood board, it's basically images that you like or fabric that you use, anything you can think of that you are going to print these paper and you can hang on the wall, and then you have a vision. So this way, every time you are making a new product or adding a new product, or for example you are starting something new related to your business, then you're looking at those images. So this way you always have something to go back to. And that's what I do when I am planning a photo shoot for a personal brand photo shoot. That's what I do. I ask my clients to send me a mood board, which is basically photos that they like, that they envision, that they want, even coats, even fabrics, anything, flowers, what's their favorite flowers. We hang all these stuff on the wall, and I have a backdrop to actually use and take images on when the client is actually putting them on, and then there's like nice photos. It shows like a lifestyle, and this is what they want. Second thing it's helpful for is basically it helps me with actually following through what they want, because yes, I have a style with my own photos. However, I do need to blend my style with their own style and bring something authentic to them. I'm not going to copy paste what I need. So if they like their images dark and moody, then we need to find a place where we shoot all these images that actually relate to their photos, right? So this is the third thing that I look for when I start working with a personal brand, and this is the thing that I recommend you when you're starting even your own business, no matter what it is: food, personal branding, real estate, anything. You need to figure out your colors, your story, and a mood board. So now, this is the third thing. We're done. Fourth thing that you need to ask yourself is basically to create those photo library that you're gonna have for 3-4 months, no matter, like, either you hire a photographer or you decide to do it yourself. You need to ask yourself, where do I want to take these photos? Do I want to take these photos at a studio, book a studio that match my style and my brand style, or do I want to book an Airbnb, or do I want to just like a coffee shop, or do I want different location, or do I want to do it in my apartment, my home, or my studio? It depends what you do. If you are a musician, then you want to show behind the scene. If you are you cook at home, then you want to show that. However, sometimes your home is not the best location to show these stuff. So I always find the right location for my clients, because sometimes it's like, for the example, the kitchen is too small. I do what I do match what I need, and most of the time it does, and then you can add on a different location, right? So you can add a coffee shop. The location matter, because here's the thing: when you're creating those images for like 3-4 hours, whatever the time is, creating so many images, not only for the product but also how you do what you do. Sometimes you're going to shoot the product as is just to have it on your website. If you're starting from scratch, you just bought your candles and you're launching it, or you just bought your sunglasses, no matter what that is, you really need to figure out where you do what you do and how you do it. Then you decide, okay, what I'm going to post on my Instagram story and what I'm going to post on my feed. Then you make it, then you already have the look ready for you because you already took it all, you batch your photo all in 1 day or 2 days or whatever. Then you don't need to worry for like the next 3-4 months, and they're all scheduled for you on your Instagram. So imagine how much time you will have this way without worrying, oh, what I'm taking photos today, oh, this photo doesn't look like that, or that photo doesn't look like this, because again, the weather matter and the day you choose to shoot your photos matter. This will actually, and if you're not a photographer, and if you don't use editing, or like you edit your photos by yourself but every time they look different, you're not consistent, this is also a problem that you're going to talk about. However, I cannot emphasize enough on that word consistency. I am guilty of it, and I think a lot of people are, because like we go through a lot of emotions every day, and sometimes we just don't feel like posting, and sometimes we're just not in the mood. And ask me about it. Like for today, for example, you should see me early in the morning. I had a really bad morning in a way where I don't want to do this. However, I really have to do it because this is the only way that I can actually grow, and I can help other people. And at the same time, once I did it, and once I went and put my clothes on, did my hair, and did all these things, I felt much better. And now I'm on a different level, right? So it's all in our head, and you just have to take some moment and actually do the things and take some action. Actions and consistency are the two things that you really, really need to make sure that you're doing once you do all these stuff. Hence why I'm just telling you that, because again, if you're not in the mood and all that, when you have batch stuff, videos and batch photos and all these things, this will definitely help you when you're going through like 3 kids around here, you need to cook, you need to do so many things. So you don't really need to worry about all this, and you have everything ready and set. Plus, there's so many apps these days that you can plan your photos, when they will be posted, the time and everything. Again, however, it is very important to engage with your followers and reply in all the comments and all this stuff. However, just make sure that you're posting every day or every like 3 times a week. And apparently Instagram algorithm does not work for anyone if you're not consistent. So you really have to post 3 times a week. You need to post 8 stories per day, like literally. I'm not even joking, which is I don't do all the time, but it's the only way that Instagram knows, like, oh, you're consistent, yes, your business is legit, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're going live, you're posting on IGTV, and now there's the reel. Those speak louder 100%. However, when you combine it with realness and then authenticity and telling a story, showing up for your business and showing behind the scene and being real with your audience, then people will be like, oh, great, then I know more about this person. It's just amazing, because just people start like even working with you before they actually know you in person, but they feel like they already know you because you are showing up, you're talking to them as if they are real people, listening and sitting beside you. They are 100% real, but I mean just not in front of your eyes. So whenever my clients come to me, that's the process that I go with them, and I really wanted to share this process with you as well. But it's also, of course, we go into a deeper conversation. Even we go to like what we're going to wear next week. Actually, I'm going to show you all behind the scene for a brand photo shoot as well. And from now on, every brand I'm going to work with and shoot, it's going to be on a YouTube video. So I hope you will get inspired, and I hope I get the chance to actually work with you and actually show the heart of you and your business, not only the business that you do, because showing the personality behind it and the reason and why you do it again and again, I can't emphasize on that, is crucial in these days. And if you found this video helpful, I would really appreciate a comment below. And if you do have a brand or own a brand, or you provide any service, please let me know if this video is helpful, or if you have any questions. I would be more than happy to reply back to your comments. If you're new on this channel, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel and make sure that you come back every Wednesday, because I do upload the video every Wednesday. Bye!